Okay, good morning. Welcome to
Math problems number 31.
Math Problems number 31. This is going to be our last one about powers before we move on to the next chapter, which is going to be on a few days from now because I'm going on a trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's too bad this isn't Math Problems number 32. Why is that?
Well, because we just studied 32.
Why were we talking about 32?
Well, we were just studying it
Yeah, why? Why did 32 come up?
because it's to the 6th power.
Well, 2 to the 5th power.
Oh yeah, to the 5th.
Right here. 2 to the 5th. Alright, so we were talking about this problem, 2 to the 5th to the 6th power divided by 4 cubed equals 2 to some power. And this was a very tricky problem, right? So I thought it'd be a good idea to go through it again because this is kind of a hard problem and I want to make sure you understood it. So here's your pen. How do you approach a problem like this? It seems what we're trying to do is say 2 to the 5th to the 6th divided by 4 cubed is 2 to some power. What's the power? What's in the box? You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So what's a good way to do a problem like this? Or do you even think about it?
We could follow the order of operations.
Okay.
And try to figure out what's inside this.
All right.
But that's it. But there's a power on top of a power here.
Yeah, so we're not actually trying to compute anything here. So order of operations is well, that's a good thing to be thinking about. It's not the thing that helps us here because we're not trying to evaluate what this is. We're just trying to simplify it a little bit.
Well,
And this is already pretty simple. There's nothing to add and subtract. There's just some powers. So we're trying to make the powers easier.
But also 4 cubed is a power of 2.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't we work on that one first? What's 4 cubed?
Is 64. And it's 2 to the 6th power.
Okay, so how can we see that 4 cubed is 2 to the 6th? That's true, because 4 cubed is 64, and 2 to the 6th is 64. So how do we see that these two things are the same?
Because 4 equals 2 times 2.
Ah, so this is 2 squared cubed,
Ooh.
right? Because 4 is 2 squared, and what does 2 squared cubed mean?
It's 2 squared times 2 squared times 2 squared.
2 squared times 2 squared times 2 squared, because that's what cubed means, right?
Yeah.
Take whatever you're cubing and multiply it together 3 times.
Cool.
So, how many 2's do we have when we do this?
Well, we have 6 2's when we do this. That's 2 to the 6th.
Right, because it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Hey, 2 to the 6th. Okay, great. So we know what 4 cubed is as a power of 2. Now we just have to figure out what 2 to the 5th to the 6th power is as a power of 2. Whoa!
We can do the same thing. 2 to the 5th times 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 2 to the 5th.
Yeah, let me make sure I do that 6 times. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now, ooh, how many 2's do I have here? Ah!
Well, you have 5. You have 5 sets of. You have 5 groups of 6 groups of parentheses.
6 groups of parentheses. 4, 5,
and
6.
Each has 5. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 in them, so we have 32's.
There we go. I have 32's. So this whole thing equals 2 to the 30th divided by 2 to the 6th. Oh, wow.
Well, for doing that, we take the larger number and put it on the top, and we subtract the smaller number from the larger number, and those go together. They disappear.
Okay.
And then you're left with the larger number.
Which is what? How many 2's am I left with when I have 32's on the top divided by 6 2's on the bottom?
You're left with 24 2's.
2 to the 24th. There you go. Good job. Now, I'll just say one little tiny correction is that it's not necessarily the larger number that's on the top always. Like I could have 2 to the 6th divided by 2 to the 30th, and that would be, I subtract whatever numbers I have. Subtract the number on the top, subtract the number on the bottom. Or sorry, take the number on the top, subtract the number on the bottom.
Yep.
Okay, we'll talk about that a little more. Okay, good job, honey. Good job. Will you find the pen cap for me?
Okay.
And that's a good morning, sweet. Good job today.